Oh my goodness, Blue Merinos, look what we're gonna make today. This gorgeous wreath. Yeah, it looks like a gorgeous fall, really neutral color design, but it's not just a wreath for your door. Guess what? We're gonna make it together and it is gonna be an epic candle ring for a really big, like 6-inch candle. This here is a battery operated one and it works great right in the center of this. And yep, I'm going to show you how to make it. This all comes in a kit right here from Keleas.com. So you can easily put this together just like I'm doing step by step. And when you buy the kit, we send you a link to the video. So you won't have to worry about, hey, how do I find this video again, Keleas? You will have it in the kit and you can come back and make it with me step by step. So the first thing we would do, just like in design school, is we're going to do what we call set our perimeter. And that's what we're going to do with this really pretty lantern spray. And I love it because it has a whole bunch of twigs on here, which gives us all this dimension. Now we're going to use the smaller wreath base that is perfect for our candle to go in. And with these, you can just tear them down to start prepping them to put on, and it makes it super duper easy. And I'm going to cut off this top one, and then we can work on going all the way around our perimeter. Y'all, lately I know there's been a lot of folks who've been having a lot of trials with the weather issues and life issues and health issues, and you may be one of those people right now that I'm talking with. And I hope that when you're here, you find some peace and comfort knowing that you're going to get back to your craft and you're going to get back to what you love the very, very most when you have time and you're able to. So I want to encourage you, when times are tough or things are out of your control, to remember, hey, I'm going to go escape into my craft room and create something beautiful, because that's literally what crafting is about and creating. So I just want to encourage you, no matter what you're going through, you'll get back in there, you'll get to play again. And it's a great therapy to be creating, you know, to do this for yourself. And of course, you know, I have turned this into a business, but it's okay if you just want to enjoy it as a hobby. It is totally all right. Now you can see, once I cut all those pieces down, my next objective is to take and just trim up the wires a little bit on the bottom, keep them really neat, and curl up these little twigs. I love the daintiness of these twigs. I don't know if you can see that, but that's going to be a big asset when we get ready to work with these, because they're going to help bring in that twiggy background to the foreground of the design. And that always makes things more cohesive looking, more depth in your design. And I love it. Just going to take and get that. One of these flowers bit the dust. I'm going to pull that out. And let's trim these two down too. So I kind of got them all uniform length by trimming them down here. And it'll be ready to start to make our perimeter. All right, so now we're going to do that perimeter where we take and set it. So I'm going to give these a swirl in the glue, and then we're going to start to just work around to the outside of our design. I find it easy just to grab a piece. Let me bring these over here and spin it around. And I've got my glue skillet right here, and I'm just bringing these in and working my way all the way around. So we get a nice outside set. Now, your kit doesn't come with Spanish moss, but if you have any around, the Spanish moss, if you just make some little bitty balls of it, it can help hold your pieces in place. So I'm just making a little ball, putting it in there, and you can utilize that anywhere you're seeing a lot of glue or your piece is in an area that's a little more open. I love to use Spanish moss for that. But we're going to try to get these in where we have enough tension with the wreath. But if you don't, that's when it comes to the rescue. That's one of my staple wreath making tools. Besides wire cutters and, you know, my 18 gauge wire, I also am going to need Spanish moss on hand at all times. All right, we're going to work our way around. Man, let me get a little moss on this one. Sometimes if my glue gets a little unruly, those little bits help hide it. If you need to fill in a bigger space, I'm going to get a bigger wad of it, you know, like to make a larger ball and put that in there. See how we kind of wiggle through? That's important to create that little bit of a tension. All right, let me move these aside a little bit. And if you wanted to make this bigger, you have a larger candle, what you're going to need to do is get a couple of kits so you can double up on the supplies. And this one only comes with a 10-inch wreath base, but you can always, if you had 2 kits, you could use the 10-inch wreaths for something else and substitute like a 14-inch wreath base. So if you need something bigger, you can accommodate that by getting a couple of kits. Okay, let me just cover up my glue right here. A little bit of pieces. Here's a little twig that was in the moss. I'll add that in. Why not? The pieces here. All right, let me show you what we got. Okay, so you can see we come way off the base. So we started at 10 inches here, and we're a good, we're probably a good 8 more inches. So this wreath is pushing 24 inches now, all the way to the outside, okay? Which is beautiful for a table, and it's going to be just the right scale for our big chunky candle. And we put this guy in here. So you don't want to make it too little. All right. So now we're ready to add our next layer. And our next layer is these really cool poppy pods. And I love this because these have a little bit of a lighter colored greenery. So, and they have this little grass, and of course the beautiful poppy pod. All that's going to add excellent texture on here. So I'm going to take this and just tear this right down. Tear it down, tear it down, tear it down. And then we're going to trim all these off. So I'm going to do that and move my wreath out of the way, and we're going to prep these. Y'all, I've been meaning to tell y'all, as you know, I keep struggling with different health issues with my body and getting older. I always want to give you encouragement too, to find something you love doing. At least I love my job here and teaching you all how to make these things. I should say y'all. What the heck? I'm from Texas. Why am I not saying y'all? I love teaching you this, and I'm so thankful that you're a viewer and you come and watch and you want to learn more and you enjoy creating. Even if you never create and you just come and watch, I appreciate it so much. And any creative, if they're on the social medias, how much that means to them if you're watching and interacting and commenting on the videos and taking action, liking, sharing, all that kind of stuff. I want to assure you that matters a whole lot, and we are very, very thankful for that. So even if it's, of course, I appreciate it for me, but doing it for someone else is so wonderful and such a blessing. So I try to do that for my favorite YouTubers I like to watch, or my favorite folks on TikTok, or here on Facebook as well. Wherever they are, I appreciate them. Because I couldn't live in my dream without you. So know you're appreciated. I just want to make sure I remind you of that, and try to do that for others as well if you can. It doesn't cost a dime to just interact with their videos. So see, I took and broke it down. We just have all the green pieces over here and all the pods over here. And the reason we're doing that is because we want to equally distribute them around our whole circumference of our wreath. So all the way around. So I'm going to bring this back to the center, and we're going to use this one first, the greenery, okay? The reason we're doing that is we want to layer the colors to have a little depth, okay? This is the type of stuff I teach in design school, and we practice what we preach. Now, if you want to practice kind of laying it out here, we can just lay it on top to get an idea, and then we can come back and glue it. Just to kind of give you an idea of where everybody would go and get pretty good spacing. So basically 3 on half, 3 on the other half. Simple as that. So we laid it out. Now, here's where the magic comes into play. When I get ready to put it in, I'm going to give it a little twist up, okay? The florals we sell on Keleas.com always have a nice wire. I'm really adamant about that. So you're going to see a lot of depth and texture capability because we can give them a bend. So we're going to go around doing that with a little bit of bend on all these guys. I might have bent that one a little heavy. A little heavy bend. You can come down a little bit, buddy. Happy. That stem was wired. Alright, let's bring this one in here. This is just paper off the stem. Just get it out of your way whenever it gets in your way. Now, once again, if that glue gets unruly and more in the front here, grab some more of your Spanish moss. You grab a whole handful here. I'm just using my little bits right now, so it's a little flaky. I need to restock my mouse on the workbench. A little bit right here. But I saved those little pieces too, because they'll work for this. All right, come on, let's put the next piece in. Give it a swirl in your glue, and then we're going right in right here. Excellent. A little bit of moss on there. And I do want to move those up, like get some motion. There we go, beautiful. And we're kind of working them in between our lanterns. A little bit of overlap, but working them in between. Pretty. And here's one more right here. You see how pretty this is, and really not that difficult. Just takes a little patience to prep the material. And we're gonna space this out and give them all a little bit of motion. I'm gonna pull a little of the twigs to the inside on those lanterns, because I wanna make sure we're not hiding that. And that twig is coming forward, because it's always my favorite part. Ask those Keleas bloomeritos in design school. I'm telling you, they know I love a good twig. I like real twigs, fake twigs, artificial twigs. We can make twigs. I love them all. Okay, look how pretty. Beautiful layered up. Now, easy enough, we're gonna go in between each one of those with our pods here. Okay, just go in between each one. And these I'm gonna work a little bit more towards the center. Okay, they have a pretty leaf, so I like that leaf working on the grapevine. You can just rotate this around. We're gonna go in between each green one. All right, push it in. Beautiful, and you see how that's laying on top, and now that's really effective because we're bringing in the lighter color. Now it's no accident that lighter color is in the background. When you get a kit from us, guys, all the hard rough work is done. Like the color coordination is all ready for you to rock and roll on your design. And that's some of the hardest part. And eventually I'd love for you to learn, how to do that in design school. But while you're getting started and you're wanting to explore and experiment with different designs, I would love for you to get one of our kits and give it a try. You're going to be shocked what you can do on your own with a great starting foundation. This one is sitting up high. Come on, buddy, go down a little bit. There you go. You can bend that wire. And we just want to make sure it's just all curving around real beautifully. I'm also a big stickler on the leaves. I want to make sure I get that front of the leaf facing forward. And I'm going to go down in here, push that in. Beautiful. I'm going to keep working around. Here we go. Let's push it in here. Nice. Just keep going in between. Got two more. That's going to work perfect. And I always have to kind of go behind with the longer stem where it's going to be falling in the wreath, because I want it to fall over here between these two. Oh, that looks really pretty. All right, once I get all of these in, I have 2 twigs left. And they're like little grasses. They're not actually twigs, they're grasses. Oh, these are so stinking pretty. I love them on there. Okay, this is like a wheat grass. We had 2 that came on the pod, so I want you to look around and see where you might have not as much grass. I feel like our grass is great over here, but we could use them more over here. So we're going to kind of fill in with these, and they're going to go in the background right next to where we put in the original lantern sprays in the back. All right, let's put this one a little further down. I'm going to trim it a little bit. If you get a kind of a janky stem, just trim it down. Let's go. Are you catching the spirit yet? Oh, I know. It's hard when it's 90 degrees out here in Houston. It's hard to catch the spirit of the season, but it's coming. Eventually it's coming here. Depending when you watch us, it might already be there. But if not, You can make this too for, you know, any season really. But if you have this color palette, it doesn't even have anything fall in it. It's just kind of that color palette. Look how beautiful, guys. Oh my gosh, this is so pretty. Now, our last step, we're going to use these little berry clusters. And this is because I like to use a detail piece more to the center in here. And this is kind of not that impressive of a spray, but when you push these leaves up and you make these little berry clusters, it's really kind of cool. Until you do that, you're like, what is this? But once I make them into clusters like this, they are adorable. So I'm going to push up every one of these, and you get 4 bushes in this kit. Y'all, and if you are not on our text list and you're enjoying this video, grab a spot on it, because what we do on the text list is we text out when new videos come out and new content is ready for you. And of course, when we have new kits and new goodies that are available, we're going to promote all of that with our text list. So we'd love for you to be on it. You can go to textkelea.com, textkelea.com, or you can just text us the word VIP, like the letters VIP, to 832-734-5201. That's my text number. And send us VIP, and we'll shoot you back a one-time coupon that you can use on your first order. And we'd love for you to give it a try. All right, I'm trimming all these off. Okay. So my bushes are all trimmed down. And now I'm going to take, and I'm just going to use them in 2s, and we're going to start to go around towards the center. So I'm going to load up my glue and just work in around the center, keeping these really wispy here in the middle. Oh yeah. And I'm going to use a couple at a time. I like them a little bit more clustered than loose. Alright, and we're just going to work backwards. We put that first one on, and then we're going to work backwards around the wreath. So this one lays over where the last one's glue was, okay? And that'll help camo all of that as you go along. Let's work our way around. Let's go. Okay, cute. My little cluster. Get a big amount on there. Y'all, my glue is unplugged, so I can bring it up here to y'all. So it's getting a little warm. I mean, a little cold. It means it's getting a little hard. Oh, but that's okay. I can heat it right back up if I need to. You love your little glue pot. It's so handy. I have a big one and a little one, depending what we are making. If we're making a bunch of wreaths to sell, then I got that big one out so we can rock and roll. When I'm doing videos, the smaller one's a little more convenient just because of its size here. You know, it doesn't take over the whole screen on camera. Oh, I love this berries towards the center. It rocks. Because it's totally just that little delicate touch here at the end of the design. So yeah, keep swirling them around. These pieces I put in first are cut a little bit longer. I'm gonna see if they'll work, but we may have to trim them down. We'll see if we have enough here. Okay, now I'm gonna go from there on this side now and just tuck this under this leaf. Put that in, just kind of bring that over. There we go. Yeah, we're making that work. I've got 2 more pieces to go. I think will be perfect. And if you're worried about your spacing, it's totally okay to just lay it out first and then glue it. We talk about that in design school a lot. Just because I've been doing something a long time, I don't have to do that extra step. But if I feel uncertain if I'm going to have enough or whatever, then it's absolutely fine to do. When you get more confident and you know you're going to be able to do it, then you can do it without the laying out first. It's fine. Oh my gosh, y'all, look how beautiful. I'm going to bring these poppy pods up a little bit. Holy moly. So cute. Look at the dimension on this. Look how just so beautiful it is. I will encourage you to check out the finished pictures on this. When you head to the website, you can see the finished pictures there of it all staged up. But let's do it. Let's put it in. Oh, Oh, check it out. That is gonna be perfect. Put her in, bring the berries up around the candle. We nailed it. I think this is so fun because not only can it be a wreath, it also can be a gorgeous candle ring. And this is a 6-inch pillar, so this is a big battery operated candle. And you know what? That looks just stunning. Stunning. Look at it. All right, Blue Merinos. I hope you had fun watching this video, and I can't wait to see you try this in your own home. And you know what? Let's do it for every holiday. Don't be a stranger. Come back. I hope to inspire you to create more simply and easy, and you know, make your house a home with adding some florals to it. I'll see you next time, Blue Merinos.